touching on last season. It was a rough start, and you guys ended with a 7-5 record. Can you tell me how resilient that team was?
It was one of the most fun years that I can remember. We did start 1-4, as you mentioned. Obviously, with a new, very, very tough schedule. We had a lot of adversity early in the year. Obviously, that, is kind of excuse driven, but it's reality. But I thought our kids really showed that we have a program. Sometimes you use that cliche, we're a program, but until you're really under fire, I don't think that it really can be visible. And I really believe that our kids showed last year that we do have that. Now, obviously, with that being said, now we're in a new campaign. That's over. That's gone. But yet that tough schedule is not gone. And so, we're going to have to be more consistent and continue to grow as a program in order to continue to compete in this league.
And for those who are not familiar, can you touch on the story with Beckett York and how he took on the starting QB role last year?
Yeah, absolutely. So our current starting outside linebacker, Weston McKinney, was our starting quarterback. And in the Jamboree, unfortunately suffered an injury. Very unfortunate. Weston is a tremendous kid. We're really excited right now that he's back out and he's playing outside linebacker and super fired up. Beckett York got the reins of the starting job 3 days before we're playing Webb City. And no big deal, right? Just Webb City. So, and the thing that I just marveled at is obviously early in the year there were a lot of teeth cutting. Sophomore, starting quarterback, no experience, and not a lot of reps leading up to it. I mean, he had your normal high school backup reps, 20% maybe. And the growth was as much as any kid I've ever had in a long time of coaching. Where he was at the end versus the beginning. And we're so excited about what he's going to bring to the table this year. He's very talented. He's a kid that folks are going to see on a lot of recruiting platforms in baseball. I think he's going to be a Division I baseball kid, and we're just super pumped about the future for Beckett.
A name we won't be hearing this year, though, Jax Glendenning. Can you talk on the impact he made on this program and who will be filling those really big shoes?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, clearly Jax is arguably the GOAT, right? I mean, all-time leading rusher. He leads us in so many statistical categories, but even more than that, a great leader. He's now at Harding University, national champion in 2023, and so we're super pumped about what he's going to do there. I think that the biggest thing right now is that it's really not a single person, but a whole team that's going to rally around replacing, if you want to use that word. Our new starter at fullback is Braden Christian. Braden started at slot a year ago and was very productive there along with defense and special teams. He had a very good Pitt State camp, and we're very confident in what he can bring. But the thing that's even better to that is that it's not all on Braden to have to fill the shoes. We've got 5 senior starting offensive linemen that return, and 2 of them, received a lot of honors in Jake Redmond and Hayden Perkins, who have gotten a lot of notoriety, and then we've got 2 senior receivers back, and we've got a plethora of seniors on our team. So on offense right now, we're starting 10 seniors and then 1 returning junior quarterback. So we feel like that, we've got a lot of pieces to where we can be very multiple, and it isn't just a player. And obviously, Jax is one of those guys that, you're not going to have a Jax Glendenning all the time. But I'm very confident in the kids that we have, and I think, we're going to have a really nice team.
We often talk about a quarterback and how important they are to the squad, but how important is it to have that many returning faces up front?
Well, I don't know that there can be any more importance. It makes you feel, honestly, in a spot where you just can be really consistent because you know what to expect up front. And when you have question marks up front, man, it can be really uneasy. And not only do we have, the 2 guys I mentioned, but we've got senior Eli Jackson, who has started some since he was a sophomore returning. And we've got senior Tommy Jennings, we've got senior Mason Jones, senior Hunter Fleur, and senior Colin Alford. So that was 7 that I just mentioned with experience. And so we feel really good up front. Obviously, though, it's well noted the competition that we play, right? There's some other pretty darn good linemen in our league, right? So, that's just the way it is. But we definitely feel like that we've got some great ones, and we're excited to see what we can do.
Defensive side, I mean, what kind of guys do you have to go up against the Jackson Cantwells that you'll be going up against?
Yeah, my goodness gracious. We're focused on Webb City right now. So, but defensively, we've got several young men that are back. I'll note a couple. Cameron Rose is a returning young man in the secondary that we expect to have a great year. The 2 receivers earlier, I didn't mention their name, but Evan Ogle and Brody Shoemaker both competed in the secondary a year ago. And we've got Carson Hill returning at linebacker. We've got Christian Williams returning at a defensive lineman position. And so we've got a lot of guys, and then some young players returning that we think are going to plug into more serious roles. So we feel good defensively. There's no doubt that we have more questions to answer there than on the offensive side of the football. But definitely they'll get answered pretty darn quickly when we stroll to Webb City here in 18 days.
And it seems like these seniors are pretty good with their persuasion skills, because you just told me that the reason why you have this mustache is because of them.
Man alive, what we do to motivate kids, honestly, I don't know that anything I could do to make myself look great. So what does it matter, right? So it's all good. But we do funny things to bond, and that's kind of what it is. And what's funnier is some of our kids' mustaches. And it's hard to believe we're talking about mustaches on this interview right now, but my mustache is better than a lot of theirs. So
There's probably a little bit more splotchy, I would think.
it could be, yes. It could just rub off real quick.
At least I would hope so, them being 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah, they're not near as old as I am. I can promise you that. Yeah.
Like you said, you guys got out to Pitt State. You guys have been out here for a little bit now after Dead Week. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, I'm really pleased and excited. I think I've mentioned a few times in this interview, we've got a really good nucleus of seniors, 23, and they're leading us. And right now we're just really focused on today. I mean, ultimately, no matter what, all that matters is today. Especially, I talked about the schedule and the brutal competition. We cannot get ahead of ourselves in any way, shape, or form. We've got to be about what can we do today to get better, and that's exactly what we're going to be all about.